Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Lavinia and I post beauty videos regarding makeup, skincare, acne, and skin positivity to just make you feel your most confident self in your own skin every single week on Fridays. So if that's something you're interested in, I would love for you to join my channel by hitting the big red subscribe button. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how influencer makeup, yes, makeup like this, looks in real life. I feel like so many of us just see how this makeup looks in front of bright lights, filtered, or just in front of the camera. And a lot of people, you know, when I show this kind of stuff, tell me, oh, I thought I was doing my makeup wrong this whole time because my makeup didn't look like the influencers. And I'm here to tell you that you're not doing your makeup wrong. Makeup will look like makeup, and makeup looks very different in front of a ring light, how I'm filming right now, versus in natural lighting, in bathroom lighting, and just house lighting, and maybe some unflattering elevator lighting. So I'm going to take you guys through all of that today. We're going to be doing the full tutorial on this look. I'm going to be showing you guys all the products I use to get this I feel like very influencer type makeup. We got the cut crease, the wing liner, the super full glam base, all of that. And then I'm going to be showing you guys how this makeup looks up close in this lighting, but then also regular lighting, natural lighting, bathroom lighting, all of that to really show you how influencer makeup looks in real life. So if you want to see all of that, just keep on watching.
Oh, you tell me stories, you tuck me in, and the second you leave, I call you right back to check for monsters in my streets.
Before we get started though, I do have to remind you guys to go check out my podcast, Loud Talk with Lavi, every single Sunday morning on Spotify, Apple, YouTube for the video version, and any of your other streaming platforms that you enjoy your podcast on. We talk about so many topics on there. I've had so many amazing guests, and really the overall theme of the podcast is to break down the walls of beauty standards one flaw at a time. So I'd really appreciate if you go check it out, and of course subscribe to the Loud Talk channel, and also give it a 5-star rating on Spotify or Apple. Back to the regular content. Alright, so let's get started with the makeup, but first, skin prep is key. You gotta have skin prep. Since I'm doing very like influencer style makeup today, I'm going to prime with Charlotte Tilbury. I feel like every influencer uses this. Look how huge this bottle is. It's like the size of my head, but I'm gonna use this to prep the skin because it just gives a really nice glow. And then I'm going to grab some Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. The influencers love this too. And then I'm gonna grab some Indeed Nano Bronze and just take like a tiny little bit of this, mix it in with my moisturizer. This will just give me like that bronzed complexion. I also take it down the neck, and this is a really easy way to give your skin a nice bronzed look without the sun damage. Okay, so the skin is all bronzed up. We do need sunscreen because gotta protect our skin from the sun. I'm just gonna use this Josie Maran sunscreen milk. Really like this actually. Okay, so the skin is all prepped. We can see that glow coming through. I'm gonna use some Fenty Beauty to fill in the brows real quick, just adding some definition to them. I already have like pretty thick filled in brows, so don't want to do too much, just a slight fill in. And then I'm gonna use the NYX brow glue to glue them down and give them that like feather look and just to shape them a bit more. Okay, the brows are all done. Time to start on the face. I'm gonna prime just a tad with e.l.f. Putty Primer. I know we already did so many like prep steps on the skin, so I'm just taking the tiniest bit of this and just pressing it right in my T-zone, because that's where my makeup just tends to break a bit more, like that. And then grab my House Labs foundation. I'm gonna do it on a little powder puff. I love how this applies it. I love how a powder puff blends out my foundation. I just feel like it looks so good and kind of gives it that natural like airbrushed look to it. It's still obviously makeup, and makeup, like I always say, is gonna look like makeup on the face. So I just go ahead and smooth most of this out with a little puff, get in all the crevices, and I'm going to take this on the lids as well. I love how it applies it on the lid space too. It just fits in so perfectly there. We gotta get the outskirts of the face. And I know most, you know, influencer makeup involves really covering down your skin, but I actually love the look of just like leaving my skin kind of peeking through a bit, and I like kind of letting my acne and acne scars show through a bit also. I don't know, I think it's cute. Time for concealer. I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Quickie Concealer today. I really like this one, and I feel like it looks really good, but it's definitely your full coverage influencer concealer, and I'm just applying it in the typical spaces you see. I'm doing a tiny bit of spot concealing with it, and just to brighten up the face. And I'm just going to use my sponge to blend this out. Blend this out. And I like to take my concealer on top of the lids as well, kind of acting like my primer. Do you see how nice that blended? And definitely everything sits really pretty on the face, but I'm definitely excited to show you guys how this looks just in regular lighting, in regular life, because things look different when you have a ring light in front of you versus when you're just like moving around in real life. So there's the foundation all laid down. Time to contour. I'm gonna use Charlotte Tilbury. This is the contour wand in the shade Fair Medium. And just dot it all over the face. This blends out pretty easily, so I'm just gonna go a little more heavy-handed with the contour today. And I'm just gonna use my sponge to blend this out as well. As I said, this blends out super easily, but I love that bronzed look it gives me. I feel like I don't go as heavy-handed with bronzer in my cheekbone area as I used to, just because my acne scars kind of act as like my natural bronzer over there. And because I don't do like full coverage, I feel like it just gives a nice look. And I have like natural contour over here with my acne scarring, but I still do like to add a little more bronze to the face. And I do like how this shade blends out on my skin tone. I feel like it's very flattering. Time for blush. I haven't used this in a minute, so I'm going to use the Rare Beauty Believe blush. This is so pretty. You do not need a ton of this at all. Just going to do a couple dots on each side. Okay. Just again blending this out with my sponge. I also love how blush just makes my skin look, blends my acne scars and acne together, and I feel like it just gives a really cohesive, nice look to the skin. How pretty is that? Okay, then I just go in on my eyelids again to blend out that concealer, because sometimes it does crease up a little. And now it's time to set the face. I'm gonna go in with Beauty Bakery Pinch of Flour. I poured out so much powder. Oh well. I'm gonna take the other side of the powder puff, side that doesn't have foundation on it, and I'm gonna do a little bit of baking today, actually, right under the eyes there, because I really want that smooth influencer makeup. I don't take the baking out too much though. I'm gonna set the eyes as well. I like to use quite a bit of powder on top of my eyelids to create a really good base for my eyeshadow. Okay, and I'm just going to slightly set the center of the face just a little bit so it doesn't crease here. Okay, I'm gonna let that powder sit on the face, and I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the eyes here. I'm gonna use this Charlotte Tilbury palette in Pillow Talk Dream, and I'm gonna take this light color and start dusting this right into the crease there, just blending that out very softly with just swirling motion. I want to do something pretty light on the eyes today, like still that glam look, but I want to keep it very neutral today. I usually like playing with some color. I don't know, I just feel like doing a very glam look today with more focus on the skin. Then I'm gonna grab the darker shade in here on a more like flat, fluffy brush and just start pressing it the outer corner here, and then also bringing it up into the crease, and then blending the edges with the same brush I was using previously. Let's go ahead and cut the crease with some concealer, just using the Quickie concealer again. I feel like a cut crease is like very much influencer makeup-esque, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I like to do like a half cut crease. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I like to go a little higher than my actual crease. I like the look that gives. Get that line nice and clean. I'm liking the tone of this, so I'm just going to use some powder. That same Beauty Bakery powder to set that concealer down. And then I'm going to take one of the brushes I was using earlier to just blend out that harsh line right here in the middle. Into the crease. Oh, I love how this eye looks turning out. Okay, I feel like I need to do a wing today. I haven't done like a wing liner in so long, so I'm going to use the Urban Decay 24/7 inks. I love this because it has this perfect placement, and I want to do like your typical influencer wing. This allows you to be so precise, which I love. I'm just gonna really get that cat eye look. And wing the inner corner also. That wing is so perfect. Now we got to recreate it on the other eye. I wasn't recording, but look what I just did to my nose while I was trying to fix my eyeliner. I've made a mess. Okay, fix that up. I'm gonna grab my lash curler and just curl up my lashes. I'm just gonna use my Urban Decay Perversion mascara because I'm gonna add just a little bit of mascara because I think I want to do a half lash. Maybe I'll use these velour ones. Do I just want to keep just mascara? I feel like mascara looks pretty good. Okay, let's just do mascara. I don't love applying falsies that much anymore. I used to apply them literally every day before going to high school. Can you guys believe that? Okay, let's move on to the bottom lash line. I'm going to take that same light shade and just bring it along the lashes, keeping it pretty simple on the lower lashes today. And then I'm just going to go ahead and add some mascara to the lower lashes as well. I actually love how this eye look turned out. And just add a little shine to the eyes. I'm going to take a little bit of glitter and just apply it to the inner corner. Just right there, just a touch. It just adds such a nice pop to the eyes. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna grab a powder brush and just whisk away a lot of that powder under the eyes there. And then for any of the excess, I'm just gonna press it in with my powder puff first. And then I'm gonna take my wet beauty blender. This will just soften up the under eyes, but you can see how bright they maintained. And then I'm just gonna grab my Jones Road bronzer. This is in the shade Light Tan. I'm just gonna slightly bronze up the cheekbones. We're gonna go ahead and set the face. I'm gonna use my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. I'm gonna let that soak down into the skin a bit. And then I'm gonna grab some highlighter. I'm gonna use my favorite highlighter, which is actually from Makeup Revolution. I got this in their like Christmas advent calendar and it's gorgeous. It's so beautiful. So I'm just gonna grab a little highlighter brush. Just highlight the very tops of the cheekbones and a little bit on the nose. I got a new little lip combo that I've really been enjoying. It is MAC Earle lip liner. It's like a nice nude brown. I'm just slightly overlining. I have pretty small lips, so I don't want to, you know, do too much, but just a slight overline. But look nice and crisp. Let's go ahead and try a new lipstick out. I'm going to use MAC Velvet Teddy. This is such a like cult favorite lipstick and I just bought it, so it's brand new. It's like your perfect nude. It's so perfect. This suits this look perfectly. I love that color. So pretty. Okay, we'll do one last set down. And give it a good fan. Dry that all down. Okay, so let's do a little close-up on the makeup to start before I show you guys in different lighting. We're zoomed in here. Here is what the makeup looks in front of my ring light. You know, this is typically how many influencers will film if they're not using, you know, like any filters or anything like that. This is kind of what makeup looks like on the skin. Obviously, we can still see the real skin underneath, but the ring light really blows things out. And although the makeup is really crisp looking under the ring light, it can make texture and skin look a little more smooth than it may actually be. But this is the finalized look. We can take a look up close. This is typically what you'll be seeing, but since I have textured skin, that might pop up a little bit more than with someone with super smooth skin. Okay, let's see how this makeup looks in some different lighting. So first off, I'm gonna turn away from my ring light, and already we can see so much of that texture really show up on the skin. Like my acne scars and stuff, a lot more pronounced when they're in the shade over here rather than right in front of the ring light. Like we see that huge difference like immediately when we turn away. Okay, another thing I want to show you is a lot of influencers use these really bright lights, which again really make the makeup look super nice. But if we bring the light at different shadows, you can see all my indentation and scarring. And it really just makes a huge difference with how the makeup looks on the skin. Next up, bathroom lighting. Good old bathroom lighting. Okay, let's take a look here. Let's do some zooming in too. This is what the makeup is looking like. Bathroom lighting. My bathroom lighting here is a bit softer and it's not right above my head. So I feel like it actually looks pretty good, but this is what the makeup looks like. Just like in real life. I'm just gonna walk and keep recording as I'm going through my house so you can see the different lightings. So this is more above the head. Doesn't look as flawless and as beautiful, I feel like. Doesn't look as flawless as like my ring light. Makeup is gonna look like makeup. Okay, natural light is next. Okay, so I'm right in front of a really bright window right now. And this does a similar effect to the ring light where it kind of blows out the skin. But I feel like the difference is a lot of influencers use filters and I'm not using a filter. So you can still see that makeup on the skin, but it does look pretty good. Sun just went under cloud. So I feel like that brings up texture a little bit more when the light's not as like bright. Oh, and look at that, I turn away from the light. You can see that makeup sitting on the skin there. Here's a really unflattering angle. But I'm in a different bathroom with a bit of a different light. And you can kind of see the difference that lighting is making, just like how influencer makeup looks, just like day-to-day real life. And obviously some people have smoother skin than I do, so their skin might look differently than mine with makeup on, but this is just my reality. Alright guys, so that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Hopefully this gave you some perspective to see that maybe not everything you see online is what it seems like. This is a really great reason to why you shouldn't compare yourself to people you see online, because things can look a little bit different. Not all angles are always shown. So I really encourage you, if you see really beautiful makeup online, you know, appreciate the art of it, but don't compare your skin to it and don't compare how your makeup looks, because makeup is supposed to look like makeup on the skin. So I hope this video was helpful for you, and if you did enjoy it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to check out my podcast, Loud Talk with Lavi, where we break down the walls of beauty standards one flaw at a time. If you want to see more of my daily content, you can go check me out on Instagram and TikTok. I post so much on there, especially on real skin and, you know, just showing you the real side of the beauty industry. And of course, if you want to chat with me and more fellow skin positivity beauties, you can go check out the Discord, which I'll have down below in the description box as well. Join us. We can chat about all things beauty, skincare, makeup, and just life in general. It's such a great group chat to be a part of. I love you guys all so much. Thank you for tuning into this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Oh, you tell me stories, you tuck me in, and the second you leave, I call you right back to check for monsters.